Hi, it's Soundboard here. We're in the studio today with Angelic Zither, which is a Kontakt Library by Orangetree Samples. It's a small library, only 600 and something megabytes, just under 700 megabytes, and it's a zither. I've never really played a zither before. I know that a zither is a harp-like instrument, metal strings across a wooden board with a soundboard underneath it, and you pluck it either with your fingernails or with a pluck. And you can do all sorts of scrolls like you can on a harp and various other bits and bobs. And what Greg at Orangetree's done is fairly deeply sampled a zither with a few velocity layers and has incorporated into his usual wonderful little front end, which has a natty little EQ down here, the ability to blend between two mics, a close mic and a room mic, close mic being over here on the left and room mic being on the right. And I'm just going to automate that to one of my sliders. There we go. You've got a tone control, which I'm going to automate to my second slider, and that's just really a kind of EQ tone selector. And then over here you've got the far mic where you can choose various EQs. So you can choose the mono close mic or the stereo far mic, and you can blend between them, which is quite nice. So for instance, you can give the close mic a little bit of high and knock off some of the high on the wide and just have a richer sound. So it's quite fun to play. You've got two play modes, keyboard or zither. I haven't worked out what they do. I'm sure they do something interesting. It's to do with the sustain. On keyboard mode, it plays like a keyboard. You have to hold your sustain pedal down in order for the note to ring out. But of course, a zither doesn't have a sustain pedal. A zither is just a sheet of wood with bits of wire across it. So in zither mode, whatever you play will ring out for as long as you fancy ringing it out, or, cleverly enough, until you press this key down here, this F sharp, and that is essentially laying essentially laying your hand over the strings and muting them. So if I just play a couple of notes. You can see there that the notes have been muted as I hit the F sharp. So I like zither mode. I've tried playing in keyboard mode and I get a bit frustrated. But the good news is, as a piano player, the sustain pedal does exactly the same as that F sharp. So if I play a note and press the sustain pedal, it also mutes the notes. So that's good. So if you're not used to playing zithers, you can actually use either of those keyboard shortcuts, the key or the sustain pedal. So I'm going to keep it in zither mode and just play some stuff, and you can get a kind of idea of what it sounds like. The tone is quite metallic. It's a very, very nice tone, but it is quite a metallic tone. But you can play with the mic blend and the tone. So I'm going to play some random nonsense, and let's see what we can get out of this. So you can see that it's gorgeous. I mean, it's James Bond. It's all sorts of memories, those kind of sounds. So I'm just going to play with some of the settings and play some nonsense. Bear in mind, I'm a keyboard player, not a zither player. So I'm just going to make up some random noises and see how this sounds. okay, I'm not going to be taking up a career as a zither player anytime soon, but you can see there the mic blend gives you this lovely monophonic versus big wide sound, and then the tone control goes from a kind of a woody up to a very bright metallic. And, you know, I can see this being used in conjunction with some big swelling sordino strings and rolling cellos and things. So it's got a great potential. It's tiny. It's using 48 megabytes of my memory. So in a big system, it makes absolutely no difference at all. It's reminiscent of a dulcimer or something similar like that. But really, it's a great little instrument. So well done, Orangetree, for releasing this one. It's great fun to play with, and I can see me using this in the future. So there we are.